The story of your life is in your hands. You alone have the power to write the next chapter. Giving in to the fear of failure is always a mistake. Hope is important, but it takes action to change the world. Failure isn't the worst thing that can happen. Failing to try is much worse. Don't take flexibility for granted. The older you get, the harder it is to bend. Love is too important to take for granted. People are more attracted to those who are genuine. We can spot a fake a mile away, so it's important to be yourself. If you want to attract genuine people, the mind is just like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets and the more it can expand. Love isn't about trying to change other people. It's about accepting them for all of who they are. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to become even better. Remember the past, but live for today and strive for an even better tomorrow. Beginnings and ends are easier to remember than middles. It takes 5 positive things to outweigh a single negative thing. Being lonely is bad for our health. You remember things better if you've been tested on them. When you feel like you're low on something like money, you obsess over it. Our brain doesn't think long-term deadlines are so important. It's not just how much money we make, it's how we spend it. It takes about 66 days for an average individual to make something a daily habit. Our pupil rises to 45% when an individual looks at somebody they love. Studies also found that people who are in a position of influence and power are very poor at determining other people's emotions. Larger groups make worse and more subjective choices than smaller groups of people. Women judge a man to be more attractive when they see another woman looking or smiling at him. Never discuss your problems. If you must talk about yourself, use self-deprecating humor or say modestly positive things. A study shows that men who feel hungry often preferred women with higher weights. Personal beauty is a greater recommendation than any letter of reference. Studies show that attractive people exhibit more traits and positive behaviors. Knowledge is a garden. If it isn't cultivated, you can't harvest it. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. Confiding a secret to an unworthy person is like carrying grain in a bag with a hole. Having a good discussion is like having riches. It's a funny thing about life. Once you begin to take note of the things you are grateful for, you begin to lose sight of the things that you lack. Mind is a flexible mirror. Adjust it to see a better world. The people who are attracted to you will always try to avoid or ignore you. Happiness has to do with your mindset, not with outside circumstance. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. People may hear your words, but they feel your attitude. I've never been poor, only broke. Being poor is a frame of mind. Being broke is only a temporary situation. He who digs a grave for his enemy might as well be digging one for himself. Happiness depends on your mindset and attitude. Your mistakes don't define you, but they can help you find your way. Don't take flexibility for granted. The older you get, the harder it is to bend. Being in a bad relationship is worse than being alone. Listening to classical music is good for your memory. People with lower self-confidence are more likely to be successful. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment and like.